Now let's take a look at a few of our major resources. One of the first we're going to look at is the National Gathering on Christian Initiation. So the website has a lot of resources, but then also every year they have a conference. This year they'll be having a virtual conference because of COVID, and the topic will be implementing the RCIA adapted for children. So some of the things we kind of brought out earlier for adapting the RCIA for children, they're going to spend the whole conference talking about ways to help children through the RCIA process. August 4th and 5th will be in English, and August 6th and 7th will be in Spanish. And then another great resource is Team RCIA. So if you go to this website, they have some videos, they have some PDFs and handouts, they have kind of question and answer sections for specific questions. They really have a lot of great information. If you've never checked them out, you really should. And then the diocese on our website, we have several documents and sections there that can be very helpful. And then we'll be sending out a bibliography and other handouts as well. So now that we've learned all of these great things about the RCA, what do we need to do next? Well, we need to start thinking about the fall. Maybe some of you already have. Maybe some of you are just like, whoosh, I got through the Easter Vigil, and now what? Well, now you're already working on getting new candidates and catechumens. So you're seeking and looking and inviting potential catechumens and candidates. And or if you already have some, you're working on intake then for those who would like to learn more. You should be working on a schedule of formation and rites. So how often you're going to meet and what the topics are going to be, those types of things in looking at preparing for this fall. Also, retreats and finding catechists, finding other volunteers, and those who can support you. And then planning for dismissal of catechumens at Mass. So again, how you're going to do that, who's going to lead them, having the resources. So making sure all those people that you got, catechists and volunteers, are ready to support for the dismissals of the catechumens that you're going to have throughout the year. And then longer term planning. Again, you've learned a lot. You're going to go back and review sections or learn more about the RCA. And so some takeaways from everything that you've learned, hopefully, are how to implement then year-round catechumenate. And that's going to take some greater discussions at the parish level on how that's going to be incorporated. A plan to increase opportunities to invite potential catechumens and candidates. And that's really going to take collaborating, again, with other staff and volunteers. So some examples might be when the parish follows up with couples who just got married, if one of them was not baptized or one of them was not in full communion, being able to reach out to them and see kind of where they're at, right? Inviting them to deepen their knowledge and working together with evangelization and catechesis on formation. So maybe if you're using Alpha, inviting some people to Alpha, whatever your parish is going to do, making sure that there's cross collaboration so that you're finding and using that whole network to find potential catechumens and candidates. Then, as we talked about, there is a big difference between a baptized person and an unbaptized person. So making sure that future planning considers that and has opportunities for the baptized to really be formed with other baptized Christians, and that the unbaptized really do have time to go into the different topics and issues that are specific for them as being just new to even knowing anything about Jesus. So being able to make those distinctions in planning, which is a lot more work and a lot more thought. So it's, again, future planning. It's going to take some time and collaboration. And then from what we've said, maybe focusing on more personal formation, so making sure intake and evaluation is more thorough, and that things can be more personalized as they go along in formation. And then increasing the community's involvement in praying, accompanying, and supporting the catechumens and candidates. I know some parishes, put their name and picture in the bulletin or in the gathering space. But thinking through ways that the community can continue to assist and support them, because that is the community's role in the process. So making sure the community has a chance to do that and continuing to connect our candidates and catechumens with the community.
So again, if you have any questions about the RCIA or bringing baptized Christians into full communion with the church, contact Sandra or myself. We're happy to answer any questions, walk you through anything. Some of the handouts that were part of the initial webinar that this is based on there'll be links to those resources in the description of this video. That includes sample intake forms in English and Spanish, a bibliography, and a handout that's all the slides from these presentations for you to keep for your own records and to come back and take a look at as you need. So God bless you all in your ministry to those who are seeking to join our Catholic faith, and may God bless you and your ministries.